Thank you, Father Scott and Father Hung and all of you for inviting me to this Assumption Festival. I've been to St. Peter's festivals and St. Anthony festivals. I've never been to an Assumption festival. Never been to a Hull festival. And I'm delighted to be with you for the Assumption. Everyone prays differently. Everyone's mind is different. I know mine is very different. It's unique to me. But one of the ways to pray is with your imagination. Not everyone can do that, but everyone has some imagination. So this particular homily is an imagination homily. Give it a thought, give it a shot. It may open a door for you, you never know. Or you may close it forever. What we're imagining at this particular homily is Mary, the Mother of God, the Immaculate One. She who was assumed into heaven, and so we are assured that she is there for us. That she was assumed body and soul into heaven and awaits us, but more than awaits us, intercedes for us even now, for she points to Christ always. Mothers are the best hint to me of imagining Mary. Now, none of you mothers, although you're saintly, I'm sure, have the grace of Mary. I know that. I will even say my own mother did not have that. But I was lucky to have a very spiritual mother. Maybe you were so lucky as well. Maybe not. And if your mother's faith is not what comes to mind first for a mother of faith, then I want you to think of another mother who comes to mind as a spiritual person. My mother, as I said, was born with great faith and passed on to me her faith as best she could. When my mother was close to death, like within days, the nurse said to my sister and I, "She's going to die this week, soon." My mother was fully keen of mind. It was a blessing. She finished Don Quixote 2 weeks before she died. I mean, she would never lost her memory or her brains, but she lost her body. So we sat down, the nurse and my sister and I, to speak to my mother about her time had come. So the nurse said to my mother, "Margaret, you're going to die." And my mother said, "Yes, and so are you." And then she turned to my sister, the only weepy one in the room, and said, "And so are you." My brothers and my sisters, so are you. And we aspire to be with God in heaven, and that we know that all of our mothers, Mary is there. So with Mary in heaven, we should have no fear. Be Jesus. Remember, she's a first-time mother. I have so much experience of baptisms of first-time mothers that I know the look. And let me tell you, it's different than the second-time mother, and very different than the ninth-time mother. The first, how would you like to clip the toenails of the Son of God? And she has that fierce, protective mother look on her face, in my mind. as her babies wail. I love it. I don't know if Jesus cried out, but here's the moment in time I want you to fix in your memory, in your imagination. I want you to think of when Simeon all of a sudden interrupts his speech, looks her in the eye, and says, "And you yourself a sword will pierce in your soul." Now I want you to imagine Mary's face, her strength, her sacrificial heart. Do you think she was afraid? Maybe a little, but she was determined in my mind. She was willing to accept the sacrifice, and Simeon perhaps only underlined it. So that's the first image of Mary's face that I want you to contemplate. When Simeon turns to her, second of three. Imagine the look of Mary when she stood outside the house when Jesus was preaching within. Do you remember this? His cousins, or they call them brothers, his brothers say to Mary, whatever they said, "We think he's nuts. You should see this. Come." And then they tell Jesus in the house, "Your mother and your brothers are here." Remember what he says? He says, "Who are my mother and my brothers?" "You are my mother and my brothers if you follow me." Okay. Mary is now outside the house. Her son is within the house. They tell her, he said, "Who are my mother?" Was she insulted by this? I don't think so. She who knew the Son of God more intimately than any person who ever walked the earth before or since. She who therefore knew God more intimately than anyone who ever walked the earth before or since. She who had Jesus in the tabernacle of her soul, in her womb. I don't think so. She was not insulted by this. Instead, I see a look of trust on her faith. To me, it's the look of a middle-aged mother when she sees her now grown children across the room being them, totally in their element, enjoying life, hopefully successful, and they gaze upon that child of theirs now grown with confidence and love and perhaps a little smirk. That's the face I see of Mary in the streets outside of Jesus preaching. What face do you see of Mary, the Immaculate One? Imagine now the eyes of the sorrowful mother, Mary, at the foot of the cross, next to John. Do you imagine her quivering with fear and trepidation? I do not. I know the face of Mary at the foot of the cross. I've seen it hundreds of times in hospitals and hospices. When mothers are at the deathbed of their child or their husband, or their brother or sister. I know many of you have been there, where the person has not yet become unconscious, but is not strong enough to move, and the last thing they have is their eyes. Have you seen a mother looking into the eyes of their loved one? They give strength through their eyes. They peer into their soul. Their souls touch each other with that look of absolute love. This is the Mary I see at the foot of the cross, sending strength through her eyes into the eyes of Jesus the Christ. At that cross, Jesus gave Mary to us as our mother when he gave his mother to John's protection. There she became not just Jesus' mother, but the mother of all of us. And at her assumed into heaven, she took on the mantle of mother of the church and mother of us all. And now, think of Mary in heaven. Who loves you as a daughter, who loves you as a son. Mary in heaven, Immaculate One, who, you know that radar that mothers of kids have? They know where every kid is in the house. Mary has that radar for you. Mary knows who you are. Mary is ready to intercede for you. Mary calls you to her Son. Mary beckons you to heaven. Mary is aware of us and intercedes for us, who listens to our hail, who we hear in the Memorare. Never was it known that anyone who fled to thy protection, implored thy help, or sought thy intercession was left unaided. This is the Mary, who is your mother in heaven, and who turns her heavenly, immaculate gaze to you. Imagine Mary.